Welcome to Unity Life, Sacred Teachings and Mystery School.
Welcome to the 16 Keys Support Tool. These are valuable concept models. Like a prototype, a concept model is a work of art designed to help you clarify what is best or what is realistic. In 2017, I witnessed a series of incredible miracles. I saw a candle manifest out of thin air right before my eyes, as well as a lighter. The right half of my jade plant disintegrated into a shriveled, dry husk in about 3 seconds, and my ears and lips dramatically changed shape and size in the mirror, then changed back. In response to these life-changing events, I developed these models of how miracles would work out globally without conflict or destruction if this amazing potential of the nature of reality was freely released. Hello and welcome to Key 15, the creation of life. This key used to be called Ethical and Responsible Creation of Plant, Insect, Fungi, Microbial, or Animal or Plant Life at any maturity stage. But I had to shorten it. So yeah, today I'm wearing my Kurt Cobain glasses, as you can see, and my diamond sweater. See, it has a diamond grid of many diamonds, and there's many rainbow diamonds and many diamonds. This form of a miracle, actually creating real life out of thin air, is not something that has been unheard of. It has popped up throughout history. For example, of course, the famous story of Jesus Christ. Apparently, Jesus Christ was an immaculate conception. The story goes that it was not actually through normal conception that Mary, the mother of Jesus, became pregnant. In my understanding, after I saw a candle materialize out of thin air, I imagined that probably a living being could potentially manifest out of thin air. This key is similar to Key 7, but not Key 6. It's in its own category because there's so much to consider ethically about biological life which you don't have to consider regarding inanimate objects. This is really not the same as the transporter, like the Star Trek transporter, or jumping, as I explained in Key 6 and 8, where a person will disappear into thin air and then reappear just in another location. What this is the permanent creation of life. A person now exists who did not exist before, and this person would always have Key 1. And the same applies if it was a plant, insect, whatever. So if the person was created at a mature adult stage, they would be created with the mental abilities keys and a creation of how it works for them, just really equally to how it would work for somebody who has past experiences backing them up in life. Of course, this is how we form and develop into our adult years, is through experience, but imagine you have just as much know-how, just as much ability and skill to recognize situations in life as if you had gone through experiences. I think the situation is fairly rare that it would be the real true ethical ideal for someone to skip the experiences but have just as much ability to navigate life. And that's because experiences really are precious. It's not just memories, it's real experiences. So if this really took place on a timeline, that's even better than not. However, just rarely in some cases, it might be for an extra special reason actually better for that individual to not have actually been born from a mother and father if somebody is created at an adult level just out of thin air. Now, of course, only in the highest quality of biological genetic health would this possibly be considered ethical. Also, the circumstances surrounding the new life must be incredibly reverent and optimal, using Key 2 to strategize the best conditions for that life. Ecology is so important to life forms, defined by the community of synergistically and mutually beneficial ecology characters around them, which all naturally co-support each other's best life conditions to thrive. And this really affects the genetics as well. And so in some cases, creating one life would include creating many lives at once. That's why an ecology would sometimes be created. For example, a person surrounded by a beautiful food forest of mature, edible plants and medicine plants that person could live on now. Sometimes causes come to my desk in Facebook, and we've been fighting for our Elphinstone old-growth forests for a long time around here, and many people face that consideration that old-growth forests are being destroyed. And I can really imagine this key being used to recreate the old-growth forests. And all of the many ecology family members like salamanders and frogs and birds could all be restored. The only trick here, though, is that the logging companies would need to be stopped first. As long as the logging companies were also stopped, the cycle would not repeat over and over and over again. When I have read about this key throughout history, I remember seeing it in negative situations. I've read about it in different books, and it looks like in those cases the people were not really in very safe environments. Unfortunately, it's not ethical enough for my taste when I'm talking about this key. This whole concept model is really based on the ideal. I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my video about this key, and just tell me if you have any questions about it or any examples that you remember hearing about life being created out of thin air. And please do share them, whether they're religious or possibly considered a fairy tale, just whatever you've heard. And also let me know if there's anything else you'd like to contribute, because it's free and open. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.